Hey y'all, how you perking? I hope you're perking good. I am a licensed mental health clinician as well as a spiritual intuitive, and in these videos we discuss the tea with the tarot. These are all meant to be helpful, not hateful. So if you're down with that, join the family. Alrighty, let's get into this. In this video, we are gonna do a reading on the drama community. So this one was requested. I've talked with a couple of people who wanted to see how this would go. I've decided to separate the reading into two different readings, actually, because there's kind of the drama community, like the old school OG, more established type channels, like The Viewer's Voice, Dustin Daily, Rich Lux, Truth Sleuth, Here for the Tea, probably could even lump Tea Spill, Spill Sesh, Ashley Kyle, maybe even Peter Mon into that group. I mean, the thing is, Peter Mon is OG, but we can't really put him into this boat because he's kind of like his own boat. He's like a submarine or a yacht or something. So I'm not really sure where he belongs in all of this. But then separating those out into one reading and then doing a separate reading for the kind of up and coming drama channels. So Nosy Housefrau, Tea Time, It's Fringy, Mind of a Miracle, T-Trigger, I'm scared about that one, Van Luke 7, Not Another Drama Channel, Flow with Coco, there's a lot of them. So let's see what's going to happen. I don't know. I'm kind of worried about it, but we're going to find out. Usually in these videos, I cover a certain thing that's happening, whether it's covering the Stephanie Sue Nikocado Avocado thing, or whether it's covering Tea Time versus The Viewer's Voice in the last couple weeks, or, you know, any other kind of thing. I'm usually covering something and talking about mental health related topics and stuff, and then moving into the cards. But today, there's just going to be, doing two readings, that might take some time. So let's just get right into it. Alrighty, here we go. I figured we're going to have spots back there. We may as well have spots here. So spots on top of spots on top of spots. Speaking of spots, right here, welcome our special guest. Thanks for this friend. I was not... You know those friends that aren't really friends and you talk shit about them behind their back and they're not really invited but they show up anyway? But yeah, meet that one. So, let's get into this. Let's start out with the bigger, more established channels, shall we? Let's see what 2020 has to bring for the bigger channels. And with all of these readings that I ever do, I don't just probe around for information for the sake of gathering information, because I don't find that to be useful. As a mental health professional, I tend to like to do things in hopes that there will be some kind of guidance involved in that, in hopes that it can be helpful in some way, shape, or form, to be a point to it rather than just purely entertainment. That's what I try anyway. Let's hope to achieve that. So, alrighty, here we go. The OG established channels, 2020. What can we expect in 2020? Let's lay down the scene of what we got going on and pull up a storyline from there. So, those OG channels, 2020. Let's get something going. Oh shit. Okay. Well, this is an interesting way to start off. Okay. Alright. This is how you start a reading, huh? This is how we start a reading. Okay. Well, this is nice. Okay, so OG drama channels, all of the bigger, more established drama channels for 2020. Let's get some stuff started. Okay, so the first thing that I see right now is that we're trying to get some communication going, but things in 2020, there are going to be some of the OG, bigger, more established drama channels that try to go about things unfairly, and shocker, right? A lot of people accuse drama channels of not being very balanced, being biased, not being fair, but I mean some low jabs, some far, people that are reaching. Oh, you're reaching. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of that. There's going to be a lot of low blows, a lot of reaching, a lot of unfair, manipulative tactics. And it's going to create even more unrest in the drama community. So we already thought that there was enough, fighting, or enough severing ties, or enough people that, were friends at one point and now they're kind of not, all this kind of mess that's been going on, sloppy stuff. More of that is going to continue. And it's possible, not always, but possible, sometimes the justice card, when it's in reverse, it means that people are going to get the actual justice system involved. Sometimes this means people are going to either threaten to get lawyers involved, threaten lawsuits and things like that. Whether or not they actually go through with it, I see the potential for threats about, like, I'm going to call my lawyer and get my lawyer involved in this or whatever. I see that anybody that does try that, so just, word of caution right now, anybody that does try that from that group, it probably won't go well for you. It probably won't go well. Whether it means that you'll try to get an attorney involved and they'll say, bro, you have no case. We can't really go forward with this. And then nothing happens because you can't move forward with this. Or it'll be that you do try something and you get egg on your face because it doesn't work out. So I would advise against trying to go that far. Okay? What we see coming up next, though, is that there's going to be some people in the community that are tired of the fighting and they don't want to participate in it. So there's going to be some of the kind of OG crowd that I just talked about who are going to kind of leave that community. I don't necessarily mean they'll leave YouTube. I don't necessarily mean they'll stop covering drama, but they're going to disassociate themselves from the fighting, from the toxicity, some kind of way. So they're going to remove themselves from either toxic relationships that they have in the community, or they're going to remove themselves from certain aspects of it that has been contributing to the fuss and the fight and the sloppiness, all that crazy stuff. So that's going to happen. There's going to be some people that stay in that, like, to the point that it ends up looking like, woe is me, this sucks, everything bad happens to me, I'm struggling, I can't catch a break, this and this and that. But then we see that a lot of those problems are things that they're bringing on themselves, and if they would just, quit with the antics or ask for help or take some people's advice, it wouldn't be so bad. I see a lot that's out of balance. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean the entire year of 2020, but I see this stuff happening in 2020 for the established bigger drama channels crowd. Just before I even go on, I do want a little bit of clarification on this justice card, because I'm like, hold on. Okay, just a little bit more. Sorry for yelling. Well, I mean, whatever I get. See? Damn. God. Okay. So. Okay. I was hoping that this would be somebody in 2020 just being unfair and doing low blows and not trying to get the legal system involved, but I see that somebody will have a choice to make where they have to decide whether or not to pursue legal action. And they'll have to decide whether or not they think that that's going to be useful for them, because that is going to come up. Something's going to come up where somebody threatens to pursue legal action or thinks that they want to, or someone gets sued and they have to figure out how to go with it. Either way, something kind of weird around deciding whether or not to go that route, how far to go, what they're going to do with that. That's gonna come up this year, and it's gonna I mean, look at this card. Look at this person freaking the hell out. Can't go to sleep at night. Somebody's gonna be wrecked by this. Like, this is gonna be a very emotionally charged situation. And my hope is that this could be avoided. I hope that, if anybody from that group is watching this and they see this, and then in their lives as it's playing out in 2020, they see a situation like that come up that they want to act on, or they're thinking about, or they have to respond to. I hope that they think about this, because this doesn't look like a good situation. This looks like a really, really bad situation that's probably going to come up this year. So, please try to avoid it. Please try to avoid it. That don't look good at all. That don't look good at all. In terms of someone separating themselves from the toxicity, from the drama, let's see if we have any more guidance. Okay, it's going to be a woman. So some woman in 2020 is going to separate themselves a little bit from the toxicity. They're going to either kind of stop being friends with some people who are toxic in the community, or they're just going to back off and say, you know what, hey, I want to stay in my own lane. I just want to do my videos and keep it moving. I don't really want to have major associations. I don't really want to go to these group parties. I don't really want to be represented. In 2020, there's going to be someone, and she's a woman, who makes that decision to kind of take a step back from some of the fuss and fighting, messiness, sloppiness, toxicity in the drama community. In terms of being kind of out of balance, ooh. Well, that was quick. In terms of being out of balance, I was asking in what way, so that we can be helpful. It's not really helpful to tell someone, tell a group of people, somebody in your group's going to be out of balance this year, blah, 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 without giving more information, so that there can actually be some guidance involved. So when I asked about being out of balance, this specifically means that whoever is going to be, or it could be more than one person, it could be out of balance this year in 2020. What is it that's causing them to be out of balance? Clouded judgment. Clouded judgment. So be careful about that. Make sure, to that group, whoever may be watching from that group, make sure that you feel like you're making sound decisions, that your judgment is on point. Try not to let emotions get in the way. Try not to let emotional immaturity get in the way, because we started out with this Page of Wands, and the page is immature. This is immaturity right here. This card stands for immaturity. So immaturity is what causes potential legal battles and a lot of unfairness and shitty situation, and causing people to have a falling out, and it's not a happy family, not a cohesive, happy community, and it's because people are being immature, and that's why this woman wants to leave. That's why they have this, woe is me, but I'm the victim here. You should see what I've been through, and all of that kind of stuff, but it's clouded judgment. And it's making everybody out of balance, and it's leading them away from what they could be doing that could actually be useful and purposeful in the community. So let me get some more you know, just further the story overall for this group. Let's see. Okay. Oh shit! We got flying cards here! We got jumping cards! Ah! Oh no, okay, I gotta stop yelling! Y'all, I'm sorry, I yell a lot. I talk a lot and I yell a lot. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. So, this is saying, for folks in that community, you need to hit the pause button. You need to hit the pause button and really assess what's going on here. What is it that y'all are doing? What is it that y'all are made of? What is it that what's your point? What are you trying to bring? What is it that you feel like you are giving or gifting to the community, or like gifting to the world from the community? That's a better way of saying it. Take the pause button here. Reflect. Figure it out before you move forward in 2020, because if you just move forward in 2020, just boom, without thinking about it, without having like a plan and having some sort of, you know, internal guidance system, some sort of idea of direction or of integrity, it ain't gonna go well. It ain't gonna go well at all. So you really need to have that moment and have that time. 2020, this is saying like redefine yourself. It's a year for redefining ourselves, and we really need to do that. We really need to do that because that's how we'll actually get somewhere. This card worries me. Let me get some more information on this card for that crowd. Okay, let me get another one on that. Whew, okay. So somebody in the community in 2020, in the established OG group, this is the heartbreak card. I mean, just laying it out there. Just boom, spitting it out. This is the heartbreak card. Somebody's going to get their heart broken this year. Somebody's going to get depressed and devastated and heartbroken. And this person is a very ambitious person who's going to get their heart broken. Someone who's very ambitious. Someone who's moving forward full steam ahead. Let me see if I can get any more information on this person. Okay, I think that this is going to be a guy. I think that this is going to happen to a man in the community. I think some man in the community is going to get their heart broken. It's an ambitious person. It's a person that goes full steam ahead. It's a person that does not always use their head like they should. Somebody who has clouded judgment. Somebody who can have a tendency to be a bit cold-hearted. Somebody that can sometimes have kind of scattered mental energy. They're going to go through a hard situation. I don't know if it's a hard situation as in something happening, you know, on YouTube that's like a scandal, or if it means something in their personal life, totally unrelated to their work, happens, and it's a really big heartbreaking moment, but somebody's going to go through something really hard. Some guy in the community, one of the OG established drama channels, they're going to go through it. It's going to be hard, and they're going to go through it this year. Let's see if I can get any more on that. Whew. Okay. Okay. So I was asking in my head, like, is this going to be something that's about work, or is this going to be something that's about like home and family? And this card stands for work, and this card stands for home and family. If I had to, you know, try to tease apart the two, so basically what that says is that the heartbreak is going to affect both work and family. Like, they're going to be so heartbroken to the point that it affects both of those worlds. You know, they're not going to just feel it in one and not the other. It's going to affect both of those worlds. This is kind of like, in terms of this person's work, this guy's work, it's going to feel like there's a lot of extra responsibility, there's a lot of extra burden, but the burden is probably going to feel like it's worth bearing, and it's kind of coming to a point of completion. In terms of home and family, though, things are going to be rocky. That's not smooth. That's not a smooth card. It could be, you know, not being able to let something go that happens on the home and family front. Okay. Yeah. I hope this isn't pertaining to, like, a woman in their life. I don't know. It's possible. It's possible that it could be. Because sometimes this is like a female nurturing, sometimes even motherly energy. Not always, but sometimes. I worry about this person. We'll just leave it there. I worry about this person. I don't want to make this video too long. The problem with doing a video where you're doing a reading for a group of people is that it's going to be scattered, because you can't get specific into any one person or any one channel's life. You have to be kind of going off of everybody. And, you know, that's going to be a bit all over the place, as it's trying to touch on a lot of different people. So that's already kind of a lot going on. Okay, we'll get to some guidance, some extra guidance. I know we've already given out some, but let's get to some guidance. If we had to give, like, just the top tier guidance of what is it for those established bigger drama channels that they need to hear and need to do during 2020, what would that be? What would that be? Oh, damn. Okay. I know y'all probably can't even see anymore with all these. Okay, so the advice is, for that community, this is going to sound extreme because it is, but any kind of tyrannical type behavior, any type of, like, I'm on top of the world, this is my kingdom, I do what I want, you know, I don't care about you, you know, none of you matter to me, I'm about me, and you know, you do what I say, and this goes how I say it goes, and, you know, all that kind of stuff. You need to get off that horse. That ain't going to serve you well for 2020. Please don't have that attitude in 2020. It's going to bite you in the ass. It's going to bite you in the ass. If you have that energy in 2020, you will cancel yourself. You will get yourself canceled. You will end your own channel just by the stubbornness, you know, just by not humbling yourself and not being able to see it from a more balanced perspective. Remember the balance and the clouded judgment. Don't let that be you, because this is like, you know, a fall from grace right here. This is like someone's world crumbling down, and this is, when this card is upright, it can be a happily ever after card. This card is in reverse. So this is saying you will end yourself. It'll be the opposite of a happily ever after if that's the way you're going to be. So this is like, you need to humble yourself. You need to make sure your judgment isn't clouded. You need to make sure that you're coming at things fairly. You need to make sure that basically quit with the pettiness and quit with the, I think I'm the top kingpin and I say how it goes and I run this ship and I am the leader on this, and, you know, like any of those kind of things. In 2020, stuff will come out in a way that you lose it all, and your relevancy dies, and then you're nowhere. So please don't be that way. One extra card. For those of y'all that feel like you have a cold, empty, dead heart and you don't care about relationships and you'll do anything to just get at the top and stay at the top, and you feel empty and cold and dead inside as it relates to other people. Fuck collaborate. Excuse me, here I go again. Screw collaborations. Screw feeling a sense of community. It's every man for themselves. All that kind of harsh energy is what's going to cause all of this. You're going to end yourself if you're like that. Please, please reconsider the attitude and the perspective and way of being in 2020 for people in that group. Alrighty. Honestly, with that card about the woman leaving the community, I hope it's not already referring to Ashley Kyle, you know, like how she already had her kind of public thing. I mean, it could be referring to her. I don't know. Maybe that was referring to her. I should have pulled some clarifiers on that one. I didn't think about that until now. Or it could have been Petty Page. Hell, we've already had 2 women do. Maybe there's more to come. Who knows? Maybe there's more to come. We don't even know. We don't even know. Alright, I'm trying to shuffle y'all so we can get to the newer channels. So, what I'm going to already go ahead and say is I have seen out of the newer channels that I've named, I don't know how everybody feels about tarot. You know, a lot of people can roll with it, and a lot of people are like, you know, this is BS from somebody who's a charlatan and, you know, trying to play mind games on you or whatever. You know, people feel lots of different ways about it. I don't know anybody's stance on it except that's T-Trigger, which is why I said on the beginning I'm a little bit afraid about that one, because I think I saw him make a video about a tarot reader on his channel, and it came off as kind of like mocking him, and you know, it just wasn't in the best light, and so I'm like, probably gonna hate me and what I do, and I don't know, and so that worries me because obviously I don't hate him, I look up to him, so I'm like, well, I guess we'll just have to risk it. I guess we will. Please don't hate me, I like you. Lord bless it. Alright, so 2020, the newer up and coming drama channels that I kind of listed off a while ago. And again, this is a broad group, so we'll see what we can do. But where are we at now? You know, where are we going? What kind of advice can we give for 2020? Let's set the scene and paint a picture. Alright, so already, we got it again. We got that same card again. I was going to say, alrighty, we're doing better than the other group, but then boom, we got the same card in the same position as the other group, and did y'all not see me shuffle several times? Several times. Alright now, come on. Let's not all jump out at once. I can only do, damn. I can only do one at a time, man. I can only do one at a time. Alright, let me move all these up. Try not to be like a perfectionist about their spacing. That's not what I wanted to see, y'all. That's not what I wanted to see. I gotta stop yelling. Y'all, for anybody that cares about astrology, I know a lot of you don't probably, but for anybody that does, I'm a triple fire sign. I'm an Aries sun, and my moon is in Sag, and my rising sign is Leo. So I'm just fire on top of fire on top of fire, and I yell a lot. It's me. Okay, so let's get into this. Alright, this is a lot to unpack. So, the good news is this group, the up and coming drama community group, is fed up with, I know I'm messing with my hair, I just got it done today, and it's like, you know, when other people style your hair instead of you style your hair, and it's like, it just ain't right, and it, you know, it's, I feel like it's in my mouth and my eyeballs and, you know, everywhere it shouldn't be. So, at least with this new up-and-coming drama channels, they're tired of the fighting. They think it's petty. They think it's sloppy. They're tired of it. They don't want to fight. They don't want to have conflict. That's the good thing. Another good thing about this up-and-coming group is they're trying to plant seeds, and they're trying to take time to water those seeds and watch those seeds grow, and they will. They will. All the seeds that y'all are planting to see it grow throughout 2020, it will. That's a good thing. Where we start getting weird is, once again, out of balance. So there's some kind of imbalance. Learn English. Imbalance. There's some kind of imbalance going on. And this card in reverse, I mean, this is the wish card, but it's in reverse. So this is like wishes not coming true, dreams not coming true, things not coming to fruition in that kind of way. And as we kind of move forward in through this, I hate this card right here for this group, because people are all the time saying, we need fresh blood in here. We need the new, new order. Is new order something? Was it teacher that said that? Somebody in this group said that, and it might have been him. I'm trying to give credit where credit's due, y'all. I'm trying, but everybody says we need the new ones because we're so sick of the old and blah, 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 blah. But they're sick of the old because they feel like the old is sloppy, messy, petty, lots of antics, which is not necessarily completely untrue. But the problem is, that's this card, y'all. Somebody in this group is a little bit sneaky. Somebody in this group is a little bit deceptive. Somebody in this group is kind of okay with not really playing fair, and kind of okay with the, what's every man for himself out here, and if I gotta do X, Y, and Z to get mine, I'm gonna get mine. Like, there's somebody in this group with that mentality, and that is planting a seed that is not good. That is like a snake in the grass right there, which makes me sad. Because we all had such high hopes for this group. And, overall, these are great, strong cards to start out with. And being, kind of out of balance and not quite in alignment with the best path, the highest path, the high road, not quite being in alignment with the high road, those kinds of things can be tweaked. But when you got somebody in here that's willing to play dirty, willing to kind of roll low like that, gives me some trust issues, is what it does. So let's keep going with the story here. Woo! Okay. So, for some of the drama channels in this group this year, there's going to be a lot to celebrate. Remember, this is our celebration card. We saw it earlier in the other ones. Reverse our happily ever after. There's going to be people in this community where 2020 is their happily ever after, because they build themselves from nothing to something, and to something. Oh my Lord, you hear the Southern coming out. From nothing to something. I can't say it, y'all. I just can't say it. And it's going to work out for them. That's cool. There's going to be others in this community that they have a slower build than what they wanted, but it's going to be like the tortoise and the hare, slow and steady wins the race, and it's going to be cool. There's going to be some of those that it's like, all right, I'm okay with growing slow. I wish I, could grow faster and be, boom, the big drama channel now, and now I'm on top. And it's not really going to happen like that, and that's okay. So for some of them, they're going to like, boom, get further up to the top and it's going to be like, wow, 2020 is for real, their year. And some of them, it's going to be a slow build. They're going to feel like, man, I didn't really get very far this year. And you did still. You did, though. Because if you compare where you get in 2020 to where you were in 2019, you'll see you came a long way. It's okay. This card, though, is the one that worries me. I'm going to be honest. This is the card that worries me. Someone in the community is going to go under. Ugh, I hate saying it. Somebody in the new up-and-coming group ain't going to make it on this platform this way. Somebody's going to wreck themselves. Let me see why. I mean, that's simple. Somebody's going to wreck themselves because this isn't what they're meant to be doing. This isn't for them. They have a calling somewhere else, and this isn't it. This just isn't their path. This just isn't for them. And so it's not going to work out for them, and their drama channel is just not going to go past 2020 because it's not meant for them. Is this going to be really painful? Is it going to be a decision that they made themselves and that they're happy to make? Blah, 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 blah. Somebody this year. Oh shit, we're dropping cards. Wow. Okay. We got 2 knights right here. So for whoever ends up leaving, they're gonna leave, and they're gonna leave quickly. I say going to, but since it's in the middle of this, it's possible that this may have already happened. But if it hasn't already happened, then, you know, of course, it's a forward-thinking thing. This person's going to make a quick exit, whoever this is. It's not going to be a slow exit. It's not going to be I think that maybe over time, it's going to be like, this isn't for me. This isn't my thing. You know, this isn't what I'm meant to be doing. I'm out. Sometimes with the Judgment card in reverse, it can mean that they're kind of pushed out when they didn't want to be pushed out. Sometimes it's the whole, I made this decision on my own because I came to realize this isn't meant for me, and, you know, this isn't my calling, and that's okay. So hopefully it'll be that one, because the other way of reading this card is that sometimes it's like, you're being judged very, very harshly by the community, and they want you out, they want you gone, and they force you out, like a forced resignation. Either way, this person, when they leave, they gonna leave. Like, this isn't gonna be someone that sits there and, you know, no, it's like, disappear. They're gone, out the door, bye. So, okay. Let's see. Come on, cards. Okay. Okay. So, it's more than likely that this person in the, you know, smaller up-and-coming channels group, it's more than likely that the person that decides to leave is a male rather than a female. That's what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing that it's referring to a guy. I mean, what else am I going to say about that? That's what I see, that it's referring to a guy. So, I want to know about this whole wish not coming true thing. First of all. Oh, there's a card under this, but, well, I guess we'll take it because we laid it down, so it's down, it's down. So in terms of wish not coming true in this group, I was just curious. For whoever, it could be just one person, it could be multiple people. For whoever the wish isn't coming true, it's because they feel like they're planting seeds, they're waiting for it to grow, and it's not getting anywhere. They're like, you know, I'm trying to plant something and have it actually go somewhere and have it mean something, and I feel like that's not what I'm getting out of this. And because of that, it's making them feel like, you know, when you emotionally really feel some kind of way about not getting what you feel like you put in, you know, you feel like you end up being an emotional wreck, and some people can be an emotional wreck in that they're like, you know, get really over emotive, and then some people shut down and get ice cold. some kind of like extreme emotional reaction, whichever way, is going to come of that kind of emotion. So anybody that feels like the wish isn't coming true for me is because of that they feel like, I'm putting in all this work, I'm putting in all this effort, and for what? The stagnation? For me to get, all the negative sides of the internet, but none of the pluses of being on YouTube? Screw that kind of a thing. That's what I mean about the wish not coming true. Y'all, I would be a moron if I didn't go further into that card. This deceptive card. This sneaky, underhanded card. Okay. Woo! Okay. Alright, so whoever this is pertaining to, the sneaky deceptive person, the snake in the grass kind of thing, whoever this is someone that doesn't believe that they can do it on the total high road. They feel like they have to be that kind of way to get somewhere. So they're being that kind of every man out for themselves, whatever, win at all costs. It's okay if you don't take the perfect high road anytime, because if you take the perfect high road all the time, you get nosebleeds. So screw that. It's somebody that feels like, it isn't that big a deal to do things a little bit shady. It isn't that big a deal to be a little bit petty, because they feel like they don't have, it's kind of like somebody who is actually insecure. And so whether or not they realize it, or whether or not they let anybody else know that they're insecure, but they're actually insecure, feeling like, I can't just take it the high road and just do all this without these antics or without this pettiness or without this whatever, because then I'll never actually get there. Nobody likes that. That's not entertaining. Nobody watches that. What people want is someone to kind of come at it a little bit dirty and fight dirty and whatever. That's what people want. And so they're like justifying it and rationalizing it in their minds to make it be okay, even when it's not. That's that kind of person. They feel, and it's all coming from a place of feeling like things aren't picking up the way they want to, that they want to grow bigger and faster and be more well known than they are. And so it's all driven by, I need that success. I need it now. I need it faster. And this is someone who takes low blows in terms of communication. They don't watch what they say. They don't watch their mouth good enough. They run off at the mouth. They make sloppy texts or sloppy tweets or sloppy videos or, whatever. They're sloppy as it relates to communication. And that is going to bite them in the ass. If, when I'm reading any of this, if any of you are watching and any of these things that I'm reading kind of hits you like, and you kind of feel for a second there like, could that be referring to me? If you have that feeling at all, then just pretend it is about you. Even if you in your mind do it and don't even say it out loud, just pretend that it is about you and take the advice accordingly, because nobody's going to get hurt by trying to play, on a higher road. Nobody's going to get hurt by that, even if this isn't speaking to you directly. Nobody's going to get hurt by that. But if you get what I'm saying here? Let me get a little bit more on this. Okay, so here we go again with the heartbreak card. You're gonna cause yourself some heartbreak if you don't watch it. You're gonna do something that ends yourself, and you don't want that, And this card right here is saying that this is somebody that as they go through these kinds of actions in 2020, the more they act this way and the deeper of a hole that they dig themselves in this way, to where they have to kind of cover up themselves, or they gotta, keep putting out fires that they started and things like that, they're gonna get increasingly more and more paranoid. So this is going to be someone that's going to come off as paranoid. They're going to be covering for things all the time, you know. So, you know, why do that to yourself? Why even let that happen to yourself? You know, if you feel like this could be you, the point of doing this is to be able to help you in advance so it doesn't come to that. You know, 2020 is just a year of potentials. I can't tell you literally exactly every little thing. This will happen 100%. It's all potentials. And it's just saying that right now, the top level potentials, the energy behind it is this. And if you want to make the potential something other than this, you got to change the energy. So you got to change how you are because you are on the path to creating this. So in order to stop this from happening, you have to change how you're operating. So, just saying. Woo, 45 minutes, y'all. All right, I need to pull to a close. So, advice for this crowd. What's the top tier kind of advice that overall people from this crowd really need to hear? Okay. Okay. All right, this is a 2 for 2. Okay, so here we go again with these two cards. Y'all saw me shuffle. The top advice for this year, several things. Have more confidence. Be more confident. In whatever ways that you feel that you're insecure or you're not good enough or you won't be whatever, don't think those self-defeating, self-limiting thoughts. Be more confident. 2, pay attention to relationships. Don't be all about yourself. Don't be every man for himself. Relationships will make or break you this year. Building rapport and solid, true, genuine relationships this year is where it's at. Solid collaboration, solid relationships, close, tight-knit community. And paying attention to people's emotions as you speak and deliver your material, whether it's tweets, videos, whatever. Pay attention to the emotions in that. Don't get cold. Don't get aloof. Be connected. Stay connected. Be resolute about what you do. If you find yourself waffling between one thing or another, find a way to make a decision that fits the best with your intuition and stick with it. Don't waver. Be resolute and stick with it. Don't overwork yourself. Don't go too hard because you're trying to hustle and be on that grind. Don't overwork yourself. Take time off. Give yourself breaks. Don't do anything that is overexerting yourself to where it's not worth it and it's not going to pay off. Do not lose yourself in that kind of behaviors. So that's kind of what I see for, as I believe T-Trigger calls it, the new order of folks, the up-and-coming drama channels. I would love to be able to do some readings on certain channels, you know, in and of themselves, but it seems to be, to me, the easiest when they're involved, like when I do, whether it's doing mental health work or whether it's doing tarot, it seems to be the easiest when the other person is a part of the conversation, so that you can kind of go back and forth on things and really get some feedback and interactivity and things just click and make sense, and it's a more productive session, if you will. Sorry, I got a clinical background. So I don't know, maybe one day, and this is just me thinking out of my ass, but maybe one day it would be cool to have some kind of live streaming with them in the comments, and pulling cards, you know, for specific channels with them responding and us kind of, you know, going through it together. I think that would be really cool. In order for me to have this kind of overlay where you can see what's happening, we would probably have to do it on Twitch, because I don't know how to do that on any other platform. And I know some people are like, well, if I gotta go to a different platform, then I'm not interested. You know, whatever, that might happen. I don't know. But I'm just saying, I'm just throwing that out there. That could probably be cool. And I think that could probably be helpful. But anyway, sorry this video was so long, but it really had to be. the wish card in reverse and the fighting card came out. So it's like, if you want your wishes to come true, quit fighting, y'all. Quit with the conflicts. Quit with the conflicts. It isn't solving anything. It isn't solving anything. Thanks for the last minute advice cards. Thanks. Anyway, y'all, like it if you like it. Subscribe if you want to see more readings and stuff like that. Share this with the drama channels who are involved if you feel like this could be useful for them to see it. And I hope to see you here on the next one. This is the longest video I have. Trust me, the other ones won't be so long. But if you stayed here, you're the real MVP. This was 2 videos in one because I split it up into 2 readings. Thank you for being here, y'all. Hope to see you soon. And if you want a private reading, just email me. All the details are below. All right. Bye, y'all.